Amber.
And I'm Hannah.
And we are here with another unboxing today. All kids stuff, I think. Mm-hmm. So let's get into it.
Great.
First is Big Cat by Emma Lazel. I really like it. It's kind of like that messy kind of illustrating.
A lot of energy and movement.
Yeah. And a lot of color. Super fun.
Great. And I have here Amelia, Fang, and the Barbaric Ball. A lot of fun alliteration by Laura Ellen Anderson. So this looks like a chapter book, but a very fun one with lots of illustrations. And it seems like it'd be really good for enticing a reader to move on to chapter books.
It's good because Halloween's kind of coming up.
Yeah.
So it'll be a thing. We have a movie, A Silent Voice. The movie looks like anime. I haven't heard of it, but we do have a lot of like kid-appropriate anime movies.
Yeah, we've been getting good ones lately.
Yeah.
We have the ever-popular Plants vs. Zombies.
We just got so many of them, too.
The greatest show on Earth. But you know what? We can never have too many. We love Plants vs. Zombies here. The game's really silly, too.
Pika Bruce. Oh, I already love this.
Don't we have another book about Bruce?
We have like there are a bunch of Bruce books out there. I don't know if it says it, but like Mother Bruce,
yes,
other things. I mean, just like a really grumpy bear who finds himself in these books. This is a board book.
Nice. Now we're getting some more fall books, I see. This is a Little Critters book, a fall storybook favorites. I know that I read a lot of Little Critter books when I was younger, and to my kids as well. So it's kind of fun that they're still coming out. This has 7 different stories by Mercer Mayer, as usual. And the illustrations look really vibrant and beautiful. And I'm sure that the stories are those kind of fun and comforting stories all at the same time that he's known for. Fun.
I think most of the Little Critter books that I still have are like water damaged and just so old.
Can't get rid of them.
So big! There's a school bus, which means back to school book. And this is definitely for like little kids. There's not much words, but
Wahunutka maybe. Yes. And got another beautiful picture book. Oh, we're really getting into fall books here. My daughter would be like, "Yay for fall!" I'm like, "But what about summer?" Yeah. This is The Golden Acorn by Katy Hudson. Got a little bit of glare here, but you can see the illustration's really beautiful. And look at that squirrel, that enormous acorn. So it's a beautiful story, not too many words, just perfect for reading out loud, and illustrations that are rich enough you can really spend some time looking at them.
Last one in this box is The King of Kindergarten.
Nice.
Back to school. This is fun. Yeah, again, like not too much reading. Really nice, clear illustrations.
I like the style.
It's really, I think that it's really, like, once my son started going to school, I realized it was important to kind of pump it up and talk about it a lot, and books are a good way to do that.
Yeah, and I found not even pumping it up, but just like, what does it mean? What will a day be like? Just so it's not so mysterious.
Right.
Next book. We have a lot of nonfiction in here. So all over the map, all sorts of different age groups. We can go kind of quick through them, but these are little light Chernobyl book here for you. But what's
man-made disaster series?
Right. So we have Deepwater Horizon and Chernobyl. I really like the layout of these, so that's why we chose them. We wanted some good information in here, but also some really accessible pictures, a modern take on things, really useful and easy to use for kids who are doing research or are interested or just are curious about the world.
And it's important to keep up with the nonfiction as it goes out really quickly. Yeah. Make It Out Alive in the Ocean. What? Makerspace Survival.
Yeah.
What? This is a whole series. I'm wondering if there are more in here. But
I can't remember. We might have gotten 2 in that series.
This is interesting. Adrift in the open ocean, you have no protection from the sun, wind, and rain. Enlist your maker skills in erecting a sun canopy, which also doubles as rain shelter. Cool. This reminds me of those adult books, Guide to Survival. What is it? You know what it is. They had like a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And it was just like extreme circumstances and how to
Right.
survive them, like how to survive a crocodile attack or something.
Oh yeah, and you have to run in a zigzag because they can only go straight. I remember
those
that.
used to be really big.
And so in the same vein, we have a very specific survival guide, a step-by-step guide to camping and outdoor skills. If your kids are anything like mine, or if you are, this is something that's just fascinating. Like, how would you make yourself a shelter? And then there's lots of skills as well, like basic things like how do you choose a camping site? What do you need to think about? So this is super practical. It's really accessible for all age groups and be fun to use as a family.
It seems like the kind of thing that you would want to take and like have a practice run. Like just take it with you camping and practice doing these things.
Totally.
And in that vein, we have a new display in the library about
Right.
enjoying the season. So good time for camping in general.
And cooking outside over the fire.
Yes. Here's a twist. Star Wars, meet the villains. Darth Vader. Yeah, he's pretty cool. It's just like another addition to our Star Wars section.
Dude, he never gets old.
He doesn't.
Isn't he like so old now? But now you can tell that we're doing a very authentic unboxing because we're back to insects and spiders. Look at this beautiful book. I don't
really
know.
like that.
I mean, just being able to identify and have some activities to interact with the world is really great as a family or with young kids. And I could just see kids poring over this book and going outside and being shocked and amazed to see this very same progression happening. The illustrations are amazing in here.
And this is a DK book. I'm used to most DK books being like kind of unwieldy, like large. This one
Right.
seems more modern
It's
and
very little.
readable.
But it's hardcover. You could definitely take it outside. And yeah, I think it'll be fun.
We have a bunch of North American animal books. Eastern chipmunks, black bears, and gray wolves.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll add those to our animal collection.
We've got another series here. This must be part of that surviving series. We have Surviving Antarctica and Surviving a Space Disaster because you guys never know where you're gonna end up, right? So here we go. This is about Ernest Shackleton, and if you don't know about him and his journey through keeping everyone on his crew alive through the Antarctic, it is an amazing story. And so you can see in this one, there's illustrations, but also how would you survive? They put up with everything. And then the same with a space disaster. This is about Apollo 13, and it gives a lot of photographs and real information about what to do if the worst things happen.
Change of Pace Ultimate Character Guide for DC. Falling a little behind Marvel in my opinion. But, I mean, maybe they're trying to pick it up with this. Like, really awesome illustrations, information. This is going to go out like crazy, I'm sure.
It's great. So good. We have a few more animals. These are specific to saving animals that are endangered. So we have the manatee and the sea otter. So cute.
Myths Across the Map series. Dragon myths, zombie myths, and fairy myths. So depending on what your mood is.
Take one, take them all.
Yeah, and this just is like similar to other nonfiction. Like a mix of facts and illustrations.
We're trying to modernize some of our nonfiction sections, and one of the sections we wanted more modern take on was the civil rights movement. So that's what this is. This is a nice book that should be really accessible and vibrant and really help modern kids get oriented with some of the history around the civil rights movement that is still going on today.
And you guys, she and Eliza are the ones who generally pick things out, are pretty picky about the books that we get and kind of the viewpoints and how things are presented.
Yeah.
So I think that's important. Piggle's Guide to Space Shuttles.
Because, come on.
Piggles has lots of other guides, but this one's just space shuttles. And this is like very little kid, like 4 or 5 year olds, if they want to know more about it, would probably read this or have it read to them.
And that being said, though, there's some really good information in there, even though it's super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And going on with the cute and the animal section, babies, baby animals, baby gorillas, and panda cubs. Because who doesn't need more of that in their life?
It's true. Sports, pro basketball records, a guide for every fan. This is a little bit thicker than I expected, but it's just got, again, like, this will probably go out of date in like 5 years, so we just kind of have to keep up with the new stats and things.
So if you're at all interested in mindfulness for yourself, or you're looking at children who are struggling with anxiety or dealing with difficult situations, we know that calm mindfulness for kids and adults is really helpful. And so we have a couple other books, but this one is really geared towards young children and for parents to work with their kids to just find some skills that are going to help them manage their own big emotions and tough times. So it looks really good.
It will probably go in our kids section under mindfulness, though, not in our parenting section.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a whole section. We have a section for mindfulness in kids nonfiction.
Right.
So, what is waste? Another DK book, but I really like the way that it's presented. I really like it, actually. Like the charts and graphs and things, but in kind of fun illustrations.
And it's timely. I mean, kids are getting bombarded with a lot of like scary information about what's happening to our Earth and what we need to do, and this can kind of help clarify things and hopefully make it a little less overwhelming. I'm really excited about this one. Isn't that beautiful? So this is The Magic and Mystery of Trees by Jen Green and illustrated by Claire Elfatrick. That's a very good name. The illustrations are amazing on this, and you can see that it talks about what's underneath in the root system as well as up in the trees. There's little blocks of text, information that is bullet pointed. It makes it really accessible for kids, even early reading kids, to take something away from this book if they're just looking through it. It's so beautiful, and it has a lot of great information.
It's like, it looks like the kind of book that like I want to go through.
I was just going to say, I think I kind of want to take it home.
Yeah. Okay. Last book. Oh, yeah. Where on Earth? Dinosaurs and Other Prehistoric Life. Mm-hmm. This is great.
And this, I'm very excited about this book, too.
Fossil finds. Oh, and it has, like, Polacanthus, and it kind of is... I mean, I'm sure we have, like, a million dinosaur books like this, but this feels kind of fresh.
But it's... Look at it. It shows a map, like, where? Where exactly on Earth were these? Because sometimes getting the timeline and getting, like, locations can be very confusing. And so it sort of combines some of those.
And it actually split... The book is split up in like, continents.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of people, like... A lot of noobs might look at dinosaurs and just assume that they're all on the planet at the same time in the same place.
Right.
Not true.
Not true. And around here, there's great stuff for dinosaur enthusiasts. So maybe this will be another tool to learn more.
We're done.
Ta-da!
Thanks for hanging out. Bye.
See ya.